Figuring out how much to charge as a freelance video editor is one of those weirdly stressful puzzles. You want to be fair to clients, but you also want to actually survive and not be buried in work. I spent years undercharging myself, taking tiny gigs, doing extra revisions for free, and thinking exposure would magically pay the rent. Spoiler, it didn't. I burned out, lost momentum, and had to rebuild everything. When I came back, I actually sat down and built a system to price my time so that it covered living costs, business expenses, and gave me breathing room. I'll walk you through the exact process I use now and how a few smart tools helped me reclaim my time and charge what I'm worth. Step 1 is calculating your annual expenses. This is the boring but absolutely essential part. You need to know exactly how much money you need to bring in each year, not just for snacks and rent, but for everything. This includes personal expenses like rent or mortgage, utilities, groceries, commuting, insurance, phone subscriptions, and stuff like clothes, travel, and the occasional dinner out. Also include savings goals, retirement contributions, emergency fund top-ups, and any debt payments. Then, stack on business costs, editing software subscriptions, plugins, stock footage, and music, cloud storage, external drives, monitors, and a reliable computer that won't crash mid-export. If you have office rent, a portfolio site, or pay for online courses, those go here too. Tech gets old fast. Expect to replace or upgrade hardware every few years. It's fine to estimate, but be honest. Overestimate a little so you don't get squeezed later. If you share household expenses with a partner, do the math on combined costs and subtract their take-home to find what you personally need to cover. For the demo worksheet I usually start with something like $50,000 annual need. That's a clean baseline to show the math. Step 2 is figuring out your realistic billable hours, because you might love editing, but you're not billing all 40 hours of a work week. There's pitching, networking, client emails, revisions, admin, bookkeeping, taxes, project management, all the unglamorous but necessary stuff. Plus, you should be learning new skills and updating your portfolio. A practical rule many freelancers like is aiming for about 75% billable time. So if you want a 40-hour work week, aim for 30 billable hours. If you're doing a lot of client acquisition or learning a new specialty, your billable percentage might be lower at first. Track your time for a month or two and see where those hours actually go. It's eye-opening. Why this matters. If your annual expense is $50,000 and you have, say, 1,500 billable hours a year, you can back into an hourly rate just to cover living costs.
But we are not done yet.
Step 3 is adding benefits and taxes into your rate. Because as a freelancer, you're paying for things an employer usually covers. That means health insurance, retirement contributions, paid time off, and you also owe self-employment taxes. Paid time off is big. You won't get paid when you're sick or on vacation, so budget that in. Beginners often start with 2 weeks paid time off. More experienced folks might plan for 3 or 4 weeks. Health insurance can be a huge line item. If your annual policy costs $7,200, you have to factor that into your overall calculation. Retirement is another. Decide how much you want to save each year and include that, plus account for taxes. Many self-employed folks use a rough 25 to 30% estimate for this. So your earlier $33 per hour might jump to $45 to $60 per hour once you add paid time off, insurance, retirement, and taxes. This is why a lot of freelance editors underprice themselves. They forget to include all these extras. Step 4 is being realistic about your skill level and market position. Entry-level editors will charge less than those with years of experience and a polished portfolio. Location also matters. Rates in large cities are usually higher than in small towns, though remote work is evening that out. Look around on freelance sites and specialized job boards to see what others at your level are charging. Don't just eyeball the top results. Find editors doing similar work to what you do and compare apples to apples.
Project type, turnaround, deliverables.
Also, think about specialization. Editors who color grade, do motion graphics, or are awesome at storytelling can charge more than someone who just trims vlogs. Niches can help you charge premium rates. For example, real estate video editors or corporate explainer specialists often demand higher fees than generalist social editors. This is where smart tools matter. If you can deliver more value faster, you can charge more. One powerful platform, for example, has been a game changer for me because it can automatically find viral moments in long-form footage and turn them into ready-to-post clips. Instead of spending hours hunting for those 10 to 20-second highlights, this software surfaces them, clips them, and even helps queue them up for publishing. That means more content per hour, higher client ROI, and a stronger case for a higher rate. A quick comparison to other tools shows that programs like traditional editors are powerful but time-consuming. They are not designed to auto-find viral bits or auto-schedule posts. Other specialized apps are great for transcript-based edits, but sometimes struggle with fast social formatting, while simpler tools lack a comprehensive content calendar and cross-platform scheduling. This specialized software sits in this gap. It's not trying to replace deep editing, but it speeds up the repetitive, distribution-focused work that eats your time. Step 5 is packaging your services and setting minimums, because clients like predictability when you don't just sell hours. Offer packages, a 2-hour highlight reel plus 6 shorts per month, or a weekly long-form edit plus 3 teasers scheduled across socials. Packages often let you charge effective hourly rates that are higher than raw hourly billing because you're offering outcomes and convenience. Always have a walkaway number. Know the minimum acceptable hourly rate or project fee you'll take. If a client is under that, see if scope can be reduced or payments structured differently. Small businesses sometimes genuinely can't pay top rates. You can negotiate timelines, deliverables, or split payments. But don't forget your minimum. How tools like this help justify higher rates is by automating clip discovery, batch editing, and scheduling, which cuts down non-billable time. Instead of hunting for moments, exporting, resizing for each platform, and manually scheduling, you set the frequency and let the system auto-schedule. The time saved is billable time you can use to take more projects or focus on premium work. Clients who want consistent social output love that. They get more clips out of the same footage and see better engagement. That makes it easier to charge retainer fees or premium monthly packages. Step 6 is review and adjust. Your rate is not set in stone. Revisit it every 6 to 12 months, because as your skills improve, as demand changes, and as your expenses shift, your rate should evolve. If you're getting a wait list, that's your signal to raise prices. If you're drowning in low-paying gigs, rethink how you market your services and which clients you pursue. There are some real-world scenarios you will encounter, like when it's okay to offer lower introductory rates if you're new and building a portfolio. If you pivot to a niche, increase your rate accordingly. If a client wants heavy revisions, rush jobs, or team management, charge more. And don't forget, continuous learning. Spending time on professional development is an investment, and that non-billable time should have a return in your pricing. Workflow notes that actually help include tracking expenses and hours in a simple spreadsheet and using a calendar to block out non-billable time. For content repurposing and social publishing, this specific software has saved me more hours than any single plugin or keyboard shortcut. Auto-editing viral clips turns a long interview into a content engine. Dozens of short clips, automatically suggested highlights, and an integrated content calendar. The auto-schedule feature means I set frequency once and the system takes care of distribution, which is a night and day difference compared to manual publishing. But let's be clear about limits. This solution is not a full replacement for craft editing in professional software. If a project needs a cinematic grade, custom motion graphics, or complex timeline management, you will still use your main editing software. Its sweet spot is maximizing the value from long-form footage, social clips, promotional snippets, and consistent posting. Other tools can do pieces of this puzzle, but many lack the scheduler, content calendar, or AI-driven clip selection that makes scaling production realistic. Last tips, be transparent with clients. If you're raising rates, explain the benefits like faster turnarounds or better reporting. Offer to grandfather existing clients for a short period or provide a phased increase. When pitching, show metrics. I can produce 10 to 12 social clips from one long interview and schedule them across platforms, increasing reach. Tangible outcomes sell better than abstract hourly numbers. So to recap, know your real annual expenses, figure out your billable hours, add in benefits and taxes, be honest about skill, package smartly, and revisit rates regularly. Use tools that scale your output without starving your creative work. This kind of software can be one of those tools. Did I miss anything? What's your method for pricing projects or saving time on social edits? Drop a comment and share how you handle retainer versus per project pricing. If this helped you at all, consider subscribing for more practical workflows. And if you're curious about content repurposing tools, give this one a look. It might save you hours every week. Thanks for watching, and good luck out there. Charge what you deserve and build a freelance life that actually works for you.